All right, guys, so for today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be solving word problems using our tape diagrams and doing fraction by fraction multiplication. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you, most of these problems, if not all of them, have two steps, okay? Once we kind of do the first couple ones, I think you'll kind of see that pattern of how that second step is going to be working, okay? So, the first one says, Mrs. Onusko made 60 cookies at the bake sale. So here we go. I've got 60 cookies. Okay. She sold 2/3 of them. So here she sold 2/3. Okay. And then it says of the remaining, she gave 3/4 to students working at the bake sale. So we want to know how many cookies did she have left. So the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out what each unit is going to equal. So remember, guys, we have 3 units equals 60, okay? 1 unit equals 60 divided by 3 or 20, okay? So each of these units are going to equal 20. So right now, I want to take a look at the remaining cookies. So she has 20 cookies left. And of those 20 cookies, 3/4 of them she gave away to the people who were helping her. And I want to know how many does she have left, okay? So again, we need to figure out how much goes into each unit. Now, you could do this to figure that out, or you could kind of think, well, if I have 20 and I need to split it into 4 different ways, what would go in each section? Well, 5, 10, 15, 20. So how many cookies does she have left? She has 5 cookies left. Okay, so this is kind of your 2-step. The first part, we need to figure this little section out, and then we're going to divide or multiply it by a fraction even further, okay? So let's go ahead and do this one. It says Joachim is icing 30 cupcakes. So here are his 30 cupcakes. And it says he spreads mint icing on 1/5. So I know I'm going to show 1/5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And he puts mint. So this is the mint icing. Okay. And then he puts chocolate on. So if I look at what I have left, half of the remaining cupcakes. So half would just be 2 more sections. So this is chocolate. And then it says the rest will get vanilla icing. So here is my vanilla icing, okay? So this is what I want to know, okay? So right now what I could do is I could count up how many units I have. Well, I have 5 units equals 30, okay? Then 1 unit is going to equal 30 divided by 5, or 30/5, and 30 divided by 5 is going to be 6. So each of these units are going to be 6. So how many cupcakes will get vanilla icing? Well, if I look at these 2 units, how many are going to get vanilla icing? 12 cupcakes will get vanilla icing. Okay. Now this one was not necessarily a 2-step. We could have turned it into a 2-step, but it was easy just to kind of go through and see what we've got right here. Okay. So now we're going to go down to number 3, and it says, let me move the camera just a little bit so that I can get the whole paper on here. It says the Booster Club sells 240 cheeseburgers. So I have 240 cheeseburgers. It says 1/4 of the cheeseburgers had pickles, so I know I'm going to make this into fourths. So 1/4 had, I'm going to put P for pickles. Half of the remaining burgers had onions and the rest had tomato. So how many cheeseburgers had tomato? Well, here's the thing. If I were to cover up this 1/4, that's kind of really hard to find half of those 3 because it doesn't go in nice. So this would be one where I would go ahead and kind of do a second part of my problem like I did up here, okay? So I've got 240, and I want to be able to take the 4 units equals 240. 1 unit will equal 240 divided by 4, okay? And when I do this, 240 divided by 4, 4 goes into 24 6 times. Bring down my 0. 4 goes into 0 how many times? 0. minus 0 equals 0. Okay, so I know that each section 60, 60, 60, and 60. Okay, so I know that 60 hamburgers have pickles, and it says half of the remaining had onions. So of the remaining, I have 180. Okay, and what I need to do is it says half of the remaining had onions and then the rest had tomatoes. So how many cheeseburgers had tomatoes? So right now, here's going to be my O for onion and my my T for tomatoes, okay? And so what I want to do now is I want to take that 180 and split it into those two sections. So of course, 2 units equals 180. 1 unit equals 180 divided by 2, or 90. So, oops, not 99, sorry, 90. So, 90 cheeseburgers, hopefully I can fit it, have tomatoes. Okay, pretty simple, guys.